All right, guys, we're back here with Steve in Yakima, Washington. How's it going, Steve?
It's going all right.
Hey, Steve, before the video, you were talking about how Connections had bought the Yakima Valley Inn, right?
Yeah, the names are changing or whatever, but it's a motel. It's just right down the road here. And it's a nice motel, and it was full of people.
Right.
And they bought it to now look, okay, technically my understanding is they're a business that helps homeless people, so they don't have no money of their own. Their money all comes from funding that is designated for homeless people. Now the funny thing is, what the news said, they paid $2.3 million. Okay, they have no money of their own, but technically homeless people don't own that motel. Connections owns it, as of now. Why is it empty?
Do you think they're remodeling it?
I heard they already did, but the whole thing was the thing looked great, bro. It was a nice motel. I mean, it was a nice motel. Oh no,
From
yeah,
inside?
yeah, bro. I mean, really nice.
Oh wow.
And it's 2.3 million. Okay, look. In reality of today's 2.3 million, you could buy a couple pizzas and build a stick house right here on the corner,
Yeah.
and home, and put a couple people in and out of the weather and feed them for a little bit. 2.3 million.
Right.
Which the money is our money, technically ours. Now, but this, okay, here's the breakdown of homelessness in Yakima. It started, however, 13, 14 years ago. Their big slogan was "End homelessness in 5 years." 13, 14 years ago, end homelessness in 5 years. Okay, you understand that we're on the same page.
Right.
There's no attempt to really end homelessness because those businesses, a couple that are out there, Connections is one of the big ones.
Right.
They make good money. All the employees are paid for by us. I mean, and now here's the other thing.
By donations for the homeless, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. The money all comes out. Now here's the funny thing. You can go on the Yakima County website and it will give you the breakdown of who's got money and what their supposed parameters are and what they're supposed to do with it. Hey, here's my favorite one. If you don't know where Connections is, it's down on Natchez, whatever. They got a little, I call it the grassy knoll. They got a little spot between where everybody stayed for a long time, homeless people.
Sure.
And they finally, since they helped homeless people, and apparently they couldn't do anything with all these homeless people, which just seems stupid to me, right? They paid for that construction fence to keep them out.
Oh.
Now, where's the money for that come from?
Connections paid for that?
Oh yeah, to get them out of there, brother. To me, I figured they'd finally come up with the idea that maybe it's embarrassing. Okay, here's my deal. If you came to me and I'm a contractor, says I build homes, and you say, can you build me a home in a year? Oh hell yeah, I can. End of the year comes around, you come out and there's nothing done, not a single thing done. And I tell you, well, a little bit tough. I need more than you've gave me. I need double the amount of money you gave me for this first time, and I'll do a better job. Next year rolls around, you come out, there's nothing done. And it's a little bit tough. I need double the money again, because the money just keeps raking in.
So you're not of the idea that they're actually like remodeling the Yakima Valley Inn right now?
Here's what I think's happening. It's just a guess. They paid 2 point something for it. They're not wanting anything to be done. They're going to sell it for 4 point something, and they're going to explain the reasoning why. They'll come up with something. And it's Yakima, you can lie pretty easily. We'll come up with whatever story they want, and that money will all disappear.
That's an interesting theory,
Yeah.
that you have. Anyway, sir, getting to your story. So, Steve, how long have you been out here in the struggle yourself?
It's ridiculous. Almost 3 years, which is unacceptable. It really is.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 56.
How did it begin for you?
Oh man, that was a good electrician in Hanford, bad divorce, prison, the usual, and then you end up out here. And then you find out about this supposed help businesses that help homeless. It's just a plain and simple fact that they do as little as possible to help the homeless people. Now they collect the money. If you've never been down there, just go and talk to those people for 2 minutes and you'll understand what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is there's businesses here on First Street in Yakima that get money to help homeless? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, no, huge money, bro. Not pennies, millions of dollars.
And what do they get this funding for? How are they supposed to help?
There's different breakdowns, different parameters, different actual, which I can understand, but not. Okay, there's what do they call it? Some of them are supposed to go out and tell people that we actually have money to help you. You know what I mean? Actually come out and tell you, hey, never once have I ever seen any of them people leave their building. Seriously, not ever. And then now here's the other thing. their breakdown of end homelessness in 5 years. I can't remember some of the terminologies, but their deal is come out and find homeless people. Say, hey, look, you don't have to be homeless. We can help you. Take you back. Starts with temporary housing, which is a motel. Hey, I would think that they would work with the landowners and the property owners and stuff association to help, but they don't do that either. But they should be a middleman to help you get into a place. I mean, just steps by step. Start at a motel. They pay like a first class deposit to get you into a place. Some of them, if you have no income, like here at the motel, you're going to be able to stay for a year. If you had no income, you'd be able to stay for free.
Yakima Valley, what used to be the Yakima Valley.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
But
and I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that you've had to have been homeless for more than a year in order to qualify. I don't know if that's true.
Hey, bro, here's this thing. They don't know what their own parameters are because they don't care because they don't ever use them. They pick and choose who, what, and however they want. And what's really funny is when you have to, like me, it's all written down. It's hard to know. It's hard to learn. But I'll go on there and I'll question them because I'm like, look, here's what it says. I mean, I'm not trying to make up anything. And they either deny its existence or they don't. A homeless person should not be homeless. When you go to Connections, you know what the first thing they do is, bro?
What's that?
They give you an appointment for next week. Serious as deal, bro. Where's the motel? And here's what they'll say. We don't have no motel vouchers right now. Now look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's not motel vouchers we're talking about. Their program states temporary housing. To me, a homeless person, when they come in there, they should be in a motel.
Yeah.
Because that way you know you can help them. Give me an appointment next week. What's going to happen? I'm not going to make that appointment. I'm not gonna remember. I mean, you know, the whole works.
See, what I've been told is most people struggle to make the appointment, right?
Oh no, all the time.
Yeah, because of different reasons, but that they struggle to make.
Hey,
the
bro,
appointment.
regular people in society miss appointments. We all know this. If I live right here, if I was be making an appointment next week, it just ain't gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they know this. And they don't care.
So getting back to your story, not to cut you off,
yeah.
because I want to make sure they know your story as well. What'd you go to prison for? What happened?
Bad divorce. My ex decided to have an affair with somebody. You know what I mean? And I didn't really, it wasn't really high on my deal. Whatever. Charges were filed from him. Assault, whatever. You know, I mean, the usual stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary.
How long did you serve in prison?
I don't know, just over 2 years.
And how was your stay in there?
Oh, you know, it was just great.
What kind of struggles do you feel like you had to go through in there?
Look, here's the thing with this. Everybody should go to prison once. Not really, but it's an eye-opening experience. But it's not a huge thing as far as where it is in today's society. And here's one on this on the government and helping people. In the day, if you committed a crime, they would say, here's your punishment, right? And they called it rehabilitation. They were going to rehabilitate you. When you that's why there was a prison. So when you got out, you would be a new person, ready to filter into society. And then it started getting privatized, and everything changed. Now what is it? Incarceration. They don't want to change, help, nothing, whatever. They want to stick as many people, and this goes along with the same thing about the homeless people. They don't want to help them. They want to come up with reasons to have huge amounts of dollars be filtered through to certain businesses, and because nobody's going to say anything. And if somebody says it's a homeless person or a ex-felon, nobody cares. I mean, now here's my thing. Go down to Connections, tell them you're a homeless person and see what you get for help. That right there backs my whole story. Because the whole point is...
And what do you get for help?
You get an appointment for next week.
Like you said earlier.
Hey.
So, sir, what kind of struggles have you had to go through being homeless?
Hey, look at this. Here's the thing, and you know this. You're semi-educated, whatever. Look around you.
Yeah.
There's times when you sleep right here, bro. I mean, right down there, it's cold.
Where did you sleep last night?
I slept right here.
Right here on the asphalt.
Yeah, actually, somebody just gave me this. I don't like to have blankets around or whatever. It's like, I look semi-retarded right now as actually just getting up. But the thing is, what I would like to see is some help for the homeless people. Now look at people are saying they're getting millions of dollars. What's their problem? We don't see none of that money. None. Hey, what you will see, people like me, you're to the point where they would just soon me not come around because I actually know what's going on and they don't want it publicized. I mean, it's common sense. But what do they got? 12, 15 employees down there for
Where?
12 years at Connections?
Connections.
I'm pretty sure there's money filtering through that. Well, look, their funding for the last 2 fiscal years, I see it was, I don't know, it was $4 million. How is it that you can't put one homeless person, me, in a motel for a month and help me like you're supposed to help me? Because an apartment owner or landowner is going to deal with them easier than they're going to deal with me. That means make a phone call. You know what I mean? Just make a phone call to get into a place. How is it that can't happen?
You're very passionate about what you're speaking of.
Hey, bro.
Sure. You're actually the most passionate person I've spoken with about Connections and about this hotel.
Sleep on the ground. Sleep on the ground. Now, here's another thing. Look at this. Right now, the motel vouchers they're talking about,
Yeah.
they hand them out.
Which are weekly, right? Or monthly?
It
varies.
Well,
It
here's the
varies.
things. I guarantee there's got to be rules for everything. How is it their rules always change? Now, right now, what they do is, bro, they will tell you we're waiting for some imaginary God to call us and say what we're going to do. And here's what they do: families only. Families only. Now, here's the real world. There are people who are not families who are homeless, but you're going to be prejudiced against them. The money isn't for families only; it's for homeless people. Now, look at this. Look at this. As a man, if you have a female or kids involved, and it's between me and them, give them the room. We all agree on that. But don't not give us a room if there's not a family only there, just because you made up the family's only rules somehow. The thing is, how do they just make rules up? One day I went in there and they told me this: come back tomorrow. Went back the next day and here's what the lady told me. We sat in our office this morning and we decided the weather was looking pretty good today, so we're not going to give them out. This is what she told me.
The vouchers?
Yeah, and loan vouchers. And I said, you and everybody else in here, sitting in here, all fat, literally fat. You know, if we want to stand on the scales, we'll be real here. You're fat, so you're eating good, right? That's your car out front. You got locked gates. You're a business that helps the homeless with locked gates. I don't know if you're scared. Hey, what do? All you do is stuff your face in here. But you guys came up with the idea that the weather's good enough for us to continue to sleep outside today. I go, it's not about the weather. It's about a spot for a minute where you don't got to struggle. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. Here, I'm done.
Hey, sir. Do you have a message for children or family?
Take the money that's for the homeless and help the homeless. That's it. That's simple, man.
Hey, sir. Last couple questions. Would you be okay with me posting this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, you're good, bro.
And would you be okay with a follow-up in the future, sir?
If I'm around, yeah.
I appreciate your time, sir, and thank you for being passionate about what your beliefs are. Thank you, sir.
Hey, it's just ridiculous, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, sir.